Warning for women: how saying sorry repeatedly can cost your career. A girl is sitting in an office meeting room. The manager is in front of her, the team is by her side, and her presentation is open on the screen. She worked hard the entire night, managed the data and created the slides, but before speaking, the first word out of her mouth is, "Sorry." No one stopped her. No one pointed out a mistake. Yet, she attached an apology before her idea, as if she doesn't need permission to speak, but an apology. The fear begins right from here, because sometimes a career begins to look small not due to a mistake, but due to language. The curiosity is whether a small word like sorry can truly change a woman's professional image. Does apologizing repeatedly show humility, or does it give a signal to the person opposite that this individual is not sure about her work? Today's story is not about scaring women. It is the story of that invisible habit of the workplace, which is built by combining childhood upbringing, society's expectations, office culture, and self-confidence. Many women are capable, but their language sends a weak signal beforehand. Think about it. A woman sends a report before the deadline and writes, "Sorry for the delay," whereas the delay did not even happen. Someone asks for a clarification and says, "Sorry, I have a question." Someone disagrees, so she says, "Sorry, but I think." Looking at them separately, these sorries look harmless. But when these get attached to every email, every meeting, every feedback, and every request, it becomes a pattern. In the workplace, people do not just look at work, they judge personality through communication as well. On this very issue, Stanford University economists Lily Liu and Marshall Moe tried to understand the apology gender gap. Their question was simple: if performance is almost the same, do the apology habits of women and men look different? In this study, around 700 American participants were placed into two roles. Some became workers who solved multiple choice questions of a standard test. Some became employers who had to form an opinion on choices like their promotion after looking at the workers' performance and communication. According to the reported summary, there was no big difference in performance. The scores of men and women were almost equal. That means the story of ability was not different. The difference was visible in that language with which people were presenting their work. A pattern emerged in the research that women were using apologies more. This does not mean that they were more wrong. Many times, even in the same situation, they were saying sorry more, and an employer could read every word like a signal. Another layer was that of confidence. Men estimated their correct answers to be higher than women did, whereas there was no big difference in actual performance. This is not a rule applicable to everyone, but the confidence gap is visible in the average pattern. When researchers took confidence into account, even then the apology tendency of women was not fully explained. That means the matter was not just a lack of self-confidence. In this, social training, politeness expectations, and gendered communication could also have a role. The biggest concern was how employers read an apology. The study indicated that a worker who apologizes more could be understood as less competent. The problem is that an evaluator does not always think that the apology habit also comes from cultural or social conditioning. Right here, a career risk is created. If two people do equal work but one speaks with confidence and the other attaches a sorry before everything, then a subtle difference can form in the decision-maker's mind. Promotion is often built not just from output but from perception too. This does not mean at all that women should never apologize. An apology on a genuine mistake shows maturity. If a client call was missed because of you, someone's work stopped, or a factual error happened, then a clear apology is a professional strength. But the problem begins when sorry is spoken not for a mistake, but for one's own existence. Like sorry for asking a question, sorry for keeping an idea, sorry for sending a follow-up. This does not remain an apology, it becomes self-shrinking. In the workplace, language is your invisible packaging. Even if the product is good, if the packaging is weak, the buyer can doubt it. In the same way, even if the work is strong, if the language looks permission-seeking, people can raise questions on leadership readiness. With many women, this habit does not come all of a sudden. From childhood, they get training to remain calm, adjusting, and soft-spoken. At home, it is said, "Do not speak too loudly, do not argue, do not look rude." Then this very lesson returns as language in the office. Men also have pressure, but in many cultures, they are taught to be assertive. If a man keeps a strong tone, he can be called confident. If a woman keeps that same tone, many times she is called aggressive or difficult. In this double bind, women choose the safe path. They soften their words so that the person opposite does not feel uncomfortable. Sorry, perhaps just a little small if possible, these words are used to avoid conflict. But in the corporate world, every softener is not beneficial. Some words increase cooperation, but some reduce your authority. If you present everything by making it small, then the person opposite can consider the contribution small too. Old psychology research also shows this very nuance. Karina Schumann and Michael Ross's 2010 study stated that women report more apologies, but the reason is not that they are more wrong. The key idea of that research was that the threshold of men and women can be different. That means the perception changes on which incident should be considered apology-worthy. What is normal for some people might look rude to others. That means this is not just a matter of words, it is a matter of sensitivity and social reading too. Women often read the room's emotional temperature quickly. They say sorry to reduce tension, even if the mistake is not theirs. This skill is useful in many situations. Calming a team conflict, giving respect to a client, saving a relationship, these all are professional strengths. But when the same skill is used without balance, it can become an invisible tax on a career. Imagine a project review is going on. One employee says, "I have a suggestion." Another says, "Sorry, maybe this is a small suggestion." The idea can be the same, but the opening frame is different. The first sentence tells the listener that the speaker is prepared. The second sentence tells the listener beforehand that perhaps the idea is small. Busy managers often make an impression from such confidence cues. An apology in an email can be misread even more quickly. Tone and expression are not visible in written words. If the beginning itself is with a sorry, the reader can read the message in the frame of a problem, delay, or weakness. Instead of "Sorry to bother you, when you get a moment, please review this," looks more professional. Instead of "Sorry for asking, could you clarify this point," is direct, clean, and respectful. In the same way, instead of "Sorry, I disagree," saying "I see it differently because" is more mature. There is no arrogance in this, but there is no unnecessary apology either. You are giving respect to the person opposite, without making your point weak. There is a big trap here. Many women think that if they speak less sorry, people will consider them rude. But removing an apology does not mean being rude. It means keeping clarity instead of guilt. In professional communication, three things should go together: respect, clarity, and confidence. If there is respect but no clarity, the message becomes weak. If there is confidence but no respect, the message feels harsh. Balance alone is the real skill. In countries like Canada, sorry is considered a big part of social politeness. In a poll associated with Queen's University, the tendency to apologize upon bumping into a stranger among young Canadians was reported to be very high. In British culture too, sorry many times becomes a politeness marker more than a mistake. Therefore, the meaning of an apology is not the same in every country and context. In some place it is courtesy. In some place it can become a signal of weakness. In today's global offices, cultures have mixed. An Indian woman can talk to an American client, a British manager can lead a Singapore team, and the communication expectations of 5 countries can collide in a remote meeting. In such an atmosphere, the best way is not to speak sorry always or never speak it. The best way is, first read the situation. Has a mistake truly happened? Did someone face a loss due to your action? Will an apology show accountability? If the answer is yes, then sorry is necessary. But if you are only asking a question, giving an idea, joining a meeting, or taking credit for your work, then there is no need for an apology. Presence is needed there, not permission. A lot of women speak in a sorry tone even while taking credit. Like, "Sorry, this was done by me." It is better to say, "Yes, I worked on that part and here is the update." Ownership is clearly visible in this. Visibility is very important in career growth. If you do good work but speak by softening the contribution every time, then people can consider you dependable but not a leader. For leadership, ownership must be visible along with hard work. In many offices, women already face extra scrutiny. Expectation of warm behavior, teamwork, and high performance is kept from them all at once. In such an environment, repeated sorries can become silent evidence against them, no matter what the intention is. This problem is not the responsibility of women alone. Employers and managers should also understand that an apology is not always proof of incompetence. Many times it is politeness, social conditioning, or an effort for team harmony. Good leaders look at performance behind the word. But until the workplace becomes completely fair, making your communication smart is practical wisdom. It is a matter of strengthening your signal by understanding the system, so that your talent does not get buried under your language. A simple test can come in handy. Whenever you are about to write or speak sorry, stop for 2 seconds and ask, Have I made a mistake or am I just asking for space? If it is not a mistake, then change the sentence. Write sorry for the delay only when the delay has truly happened because of you. If you are just giving an update, write, thank you for your patience, here is the update. This changes guilt into gratitude. Instead of sorry to interrupt, I'd like to add one point can be said. Instead of sorry, I have a doubt, I have a question can be said. These are small changes, but the impression changes in a big way. Many women leaders change this pattern consciously. They do not become rude, but they remove unnecessary sorries. They say, let me clarify, here is my view, I recommend, I need more information. There is no arrogance in these phrases nor guilt. This is professional ownership. When a woman keeps her point this way, people in the room listen to her idea differently. Confidence is not always loud. Many times it is just clean. This is where practice comes in handy. First, search for sorry in email drafts. Then ask every sorry, is this necessary? If not, replace it with a thank you, clarity phrase or direct request. Keep a replacement in meetings too. When sorry begins to come out of the mouth automatically, change it into a pause. A small pause does not show weakness, it shows maturity. Many senior professionals take a pause before speaking so that the point comes out clearly. The sensitive part of this story is that women are often advised to correct themselves, whereas workplace bias is also real. Therefore, this script is not for blaming women but for showing a hidden rule. If a woman apologizes more, it does not mean she is weak. Perhaps she is socially aware, considerate, and values others' comfort. But in a career, it is necessary to connect the same quality with strategic communication, because in the office, every individual does not read your intention. Some people catch only words. Some people mistake confidence for competence. Some people consider silence as a lack of ideas. Therefore, do not let language become evidence against talent. A sincere apology can improve a relationship, but an unnecessary apology can weaken your position. Understanding the difference between the two is professional maturity. The question is not whether sorry is good or bad. The question is whether it is being used in the correct place. The warning for women is just this: do not sell your politeness at the cost of authority. Remaining respectful is necessary, but not by making yourself small. Becoming a team player is good, but becoming a permanent permission seeker is dangerous. If you have worked hard, then present it confidently. If your question is valid, then ask without guilt. If your idea is useful, then do not reduce it by calling it a small suggestion. In the workplace, your language introduces you. Every day in emails, meetings, and calls, you teach people how to look at you. By removing every unnecessary sorry, you do not just change a word, you change the frame of your professional identity. This change will not come in a day. First awareness will come, then hesitation will come, then practice will come. A few times you will still say sorry. No problem. The goal is not to become perfect, but to move from an automatic apology toward conscious communication. This lesson is necessary for men too. If a woman is talking in polite language, do not consider her less capable. If she says sorry, do not doubt her ability immediately. Looking at performance as bigger than words is leadership. Managers should also look at the team culture. Are some people interrupted more in meetings? Do some people have to soften before speaking? Is the atmosphere of feedback safe enough that employees can ask questions without an apology? When the workplace is psychologically safe, people speak less unnecessary sorry. They do not fear accepting a mistake and do not ask for an apology to keep an idea. Such a culture increases innovation as well as confidence. Therefore, next time when a woman writes, sorry to bother you, one should stop for a moment. Is she truly bothering or doing her work? Perhaps she can write, please review this when convenient. And when she says in a meeting, sorry I have a point, she can stop herself and say, I'd like to add one point. Just this much change tells that she is not a guest in the room, but a contributor. In a career, many barriers come from outside, but some barriers are hidden inside language. Asking for sorry repeatedly can look like a small habit, but in the long run, it can quietly affect confidence, visibility, and leadership image. The real message is just this: not to leave the apology but to keep the apology in the correct place. Where a mistake is made, say sorry sincerely there. Where your work, question, idea, and presence are valid, keep clarity and confidence there instead of sorry. Because one day that same woman who used to speak sorry before everything, when she says without guilt, here is my recommendation, then not only her language will change, her place in the room will change too. And perhaps the next step of the career will begin right from there.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.